This video we're going to take a look at Notre Dame's huge win against Louisville. Really good game and matchup. A couple strengths against strengths. Obviously Notre Dame's defense, Louisville's offense. We're going to jump right in. The first thing we're going to take a look at are just turnovers. Turnovers were huge in this game. I really think they were the difference. And right here on this one, 7-7 ball game, first quarter. Both offenses looked pretty good in the first drives and went down and scored. Right here, quarterback pull. Dude turns into an explosive play. Quarterback's pretty good for Louisville, but right here, explosive play. Run this down. Make sure you finish this play. Man, get this dude on the ground. Not only get him on the ground, once you get him kind of corralled, come in. The guy that's not seen, you see how loose his football is right here. As he's running, you can see his wrist gets below his elbow right here. That angle right there makes it conducive to rip that ball out. You can see the entire football. If I can delete that right there, that's the entire football. This guy's going to swat that. I mean, you could see this thing coming from a mile away. Really good chance for a turnover right here. Great job, great awareness of not giving up on a play. Firing in there, punching the football, and obviously it pops right out. I mean, it's one of those things. Fundamentals really poor for the quarterback right there. As far as carrying the football in open field, punches it out. Great awareness. And, of course, run to the football. Make your breaks. When you run to the football, you make your breaks. That's what Notre Dame's doing right here. Run to the football, getting it out. And you also got a guy there ready for it. Falls on it. Big turnover right there, even though Louisville just created an explosive play. Another look on a turnover right here, and this is just a punt. High snap right here. Doesn't even look like Notre Dame's really just bringing just a ton of pressure. But right there, you do have to be aware. Once it goes over his head, now everybody's got to try to converge, get this thing on the ground. Really, you're trying to pick this thing up. Don't try to, fall on it right there, especially on a punt. Just keep knocking that thing towards your end zone right there. Great job. Knock it towards your end zone. And now the next guy, hey, you got to scoop this thing. Going down to scoop, picks it up, gets tackled right there on the 5-yard line. But, again, great job. Hey, we're not going to fall on a punt. I mean, anybody can fall on it. Offense fall on it. Defense, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a turnover either way. But scoop it, knock it towards your end zone, and right there, just a flip of field position. Went from probably going to be backed up because right here they're punting it from about the 50. Probably going to be backed up. Probably best case scenario, have the ball on the 20. And instead, this ball's all the way down here on the 5-yard line. Huge play right here in the game. And this is just really an error by Louisville's snapper. Airmails this thing. And those who's enough awareness to try to get the ball scooped into the end zone. Another turnover right here, and this is right towards the end of the second quarter. And right here on this one, just showing pressure from the defense right there. Everybody's mugged down on the line of scrimmage. You see this a ton in the NFL, and then they're just dropping back, and they're playing zone. And right on this one, they get a little bit lucky. They're playing zone, bounces off the guy's hands, doesn't finish the play. And right there, safety's just in the right place, right time, makes a play. Again, when you fly around, show pressure, disguise looks, and of course, whenever you're physical out there, those receivers get a little antsy, and I think that's what happened right here on this. He was saying he's going to get smoked right there on the seam or the curl, and he just gets a little bit antsy and just bounces it right off of his face mask. Great catch there by the safety, great awareness, and again, another huge play. Being plus in turnovers in this game was really the difference, and those are the three right there that had huge impact. It ended up being a really big win for Notre Dame. We already saw some looks of Notre Dame just flying around to the football and getting some turnovers. And right here, we're just going to look at just some good defensive plays that they had and how they got after it right here. Speed option, really good call right here with the speed option against this pressure look. There's really not much there in the alley. If you said, hey, if we got this thing pitched, probably feel pretty good about it. And right there, pitched. And you can see, hey, it's a 3rd and 9. Obviously, it's a little bit long yard situation to be running speed option unless you really think you have to look. And right there, that I thought they did. And right there, speed option, but you can see how fast that safety's closing. Inside out here with this linebacker as well. And then just the violence right there. Two guys converging. They only hit 3 yards. Even though you thought this was going to be a bigger play right here, you stop it. Oh, man, they got a chance here. Flying to the football. And he's even condensing this right here on that receiver. So, again, just flying to the football, getting off blocks, being physical right there on the ball carrier, getting him on the ground. That's Notre Dame's defense right there. Just great tenacity, great physicality. Right here on this blitz look from Notre Dame, you see they do get a little bit confused here with the O-line. This tackle, typically you'd think he's sitting there. He'd be there, base, and this running back's probably there to there. And on this one, whenever he came late, this tackle sets to him. Running back sets to this end as well. So they get a little bit of miscommunication on who had who in this protection and get a free rusher right there in the face of the quarterback, get him off his spot, trying to throw too early. And right there, also, tight coverage. I mean, make those guys work, and that's what's happening right there. You're getting hit right there at the quarterback spot, and then he's trying to get it out early. And also, not any space, tight coverage, knocking the ball loose right there. Really good play there all the way around from the Notre Dame defense. Miscommunication there from Louisville up front. No, look at just a great rush here and slanting across this center's face. And around this one, you see he just stops his feet and just gets out-athleted right there by that nose. Anytime as a quarterback you got a guy right in your face, that's going to be an issue. Nowhere to step up. And these guys, they know that this thing's getting to condense with his nose, so they're rushing upfield to the top side shoulder. And now, hey, part of the quarterback because he can't step up away from that pressure on the edge. 3 dudes conversion right there. And then again, tight coverage. I mean, it's one thing to be able to blitz somebody and bring a little bit of pressure, but then it's another thing to bring pressure and also have tight coverage on the outside. And that's what Notre Dame was able to do for most of the day. Another pressure look right here, and this is a heck of a look. Really, the O-line could sort this out, but it's going to be really tough to do. He's going right there through the B gap. He loops around to the A gap, and then you got the corner. That's 2 guys out, so you got doubles receiver. He's the guy coming right here off to the edge through the C gap. He's got to work over the top here. Now, of course, if quarterback can see that, he should turn around and throw the ball right here, right now, on a bit of a delay or just some sort of a hitch. But instead, he doesn't feel it, doesn't see it, a pre-snap, and this safety does a great job not just getting way too wide and giving it away. But right here, really tough to pick up. You got enough guys to pick it up, but to be able to see that with the O-line would be extremely difficult. There'd have to be some sort of a tail to show you that blitz was about to come. But right there, corner coming off the edge, flying at the upfield shoulder. They end up calling this an incomplete pass. Of course, they return for touchdown and all that, but great call. I mean, great pressure. And, man, had absolutely no chance right there. O-line didn't see it coming. Here's a look right here, just the Louisville touchdown. And, again, they're just looking, it's an RPO, inside zone base. If they're pressed, we'll throw a fade here is what they're saying. And on this one as well, I mean, this is a heck of a throw and catch. And, obviously, you love for them to have a little bit tighter coverage. But if you're just going to have to throw those great fade balls and make plays like that, okay, hopefully we can have tighter coverage. But that's what they're asking them to do. Hey, you've got to beat us on a fade one-on-one. You're not going to beat us up front. You're not going to beat us on crosses. You're not going to beat us on slants. Make them try to take those shots, and hopefully we win the majority, at least more than 2/3 of those, whenever they just throw those fade balls. Had a chance to look at the defense. I'm going to look at the offense, starting off with the run game. And, of course, with Riley Leonard back there, you're going to have to get some sort of a big-time run game, some sort of a run scheme where you can get that thing going downhill. And right here, it's just a quarterback counter. You got 3 receivers over here. You got an option to flip it out there. But if not, you got tight ends working down. Guard's pulling a kick, and this back's going to lead in there for that linebacker. And right here on this one, get a good kick. Riley Leonard doesn't like it out here. I think you could throw it out there as far as numbers because you got blocking there. He's going to basically double up to there. Could throw the screen to the outside, but instead he decides to run it. And that looks good, too. That gets a kick. He should be leading into that alley right there on whoever shows up. And then great patience here by Riley Leonard. Just getting vertical, going forward, knowing who you are. Man, you're not going to outrun anybody. You got to hit that thing, fall forward. Gets an extra 4 yards on contact right here. That's what you're looking for whenever you run the football. I mean, positive gain, 2nd and 6, and they're getting 10 yards. 4 yards after contact there from the quarterback. Motion in, showing another really good run here by the running back. And on this one, good double teams. They're working up to right here. And the key to this is the patience from the running back. You see whenever he gets it, he starts speeding his feet up right here. All right, he's letting that guy get off to that second level. Now he's making the cut off of that block. And then just running through arm tackles is what he does right here. You see he runs through 2 arm tackles and just playing strong, falling forward. Again, every time they ran the football, they're falling forward for 3 or 4 extra yards. But just the patience right here, just with his feet, speeding him up, not really going anywhere, then burst through that hole once that guard comes off and blocks that defender. Really good play there by 4. Great patience. Motioning in to take care of this defensive end. It's really nothing more than that. You say, hey, we don't have anybody to take care of this guy, so we got to motion him in to block. He's not going to get in on this run fit, really, so let's go ahead and motion that guy in to block. And that's what they do here. All they're running is duo right here with 4 leading off the edge, quarterback running it. And, again, they're able to kick because there's really nobody else out here to force it to. So he has to box it. So right there they box it. Now the quarterback's in that alley. One of the best quarterbacks as far as run scheme in the country. And, again, it runs through a guy's face. I mean, right there he actually ran through a safety. Probably got 7-8 yards there after contact. Riley Leonard really impressive with his feet. Hopefully we can keep him healthy. But right there, big play on a 3rd and 2. Just basically running inside zone with the quarterback. Now get into the running back, and they motion the guy in from the 3-by-1 set in here. Now they're just running ISO. So they're going to base these guys up to that linebacker, and they're just ISOing right there with that fullback tight end that motioned in. Downhill, unblocked guy there. We got to find a way to get in the end zone. If we can get vertical movement, that would be great, and that's what they do. Get all the way up to that backer. You see this double team that got up to the backer. Tons of movement right there. Running back. He runs through the 2 unblocked guys that do get in there about 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. and he finds his way into the end zone right there. Huge play there. I mean, that's a great run. You got 2 unblocked guys. Anytime you're on the goal line, you know they're going to be unblocked guys. You got to find a way to fight, get into the end zone, and great job not making Notre Dame snap the ball again. This is the first touchdown of the game, and, of course, created a lot of momentum, gave them a lot of belief, moved the football up and down the field, and had some success in this game. Another look here, quarterback counter, and on this one you see guards pulling. They have the fullback to the backside, and the guy that's pulling in to lead for him as well is the running back. So right there, kick, not just a huge kick. He actually tries to wrong arm this to try to make it bounce, but then that running back cleans this up so the quarterback can get vertical, which is huge. Once the back cleans up the guy that was trying to wrong shoulder this, which is his defensive end, he cleans him up, and then he works up to the linebacker. So it puts 2 guys in that gap. So you got that guy in the gap, that guy in the gap. Now they'll be down a man. So right there, great job. And then Riley Leonard, you got to get vertical, get away from that unblocked defender in that outside gap. And then just finds a way to get in there. I mean, this is one of those things on the goal line. They did a really good job of just fighting and finding a way to get to the end zone for huge plays. I mean, this is a dirty run. And this is right here by the quarterback finding a way to get in the end zone. Another big play right there, going up 2 scores against Louisville. Seeing the run game from the Irish offense, now we're going to look at the pass game. And Riley Leonard actually looked pretty solid in this game, had really good statistics. As you're looking at it right here, Riley Leonard 17-23, that's a really efficient day. Average 7.1, wasn't huge as far as yards per attempt, but then also 0 interceptions, that's huge. 2 touchdowns, pretty solid day from Riley Leonard, just doing what he was asked to do, no turnovers, controlling the ball, not putting their defense in a bad situation. So a really good day there for Riley Leonard with his efficiency. Right here, just looking at the scheme part of it, and on this one, a little bit of pressure. You see the guys getting edged here, great pocket otherwise, and right here the difference between a lot of the ones that we saw from Louisville is there's no interior pressure here, so he's able to step up, wash him by, step up, and now it's basically 7-on-7. He gets out of the pocket, starts rolling to his left, and then he just squares up and he finds a guy. This is a really athletic play. Now you are getting a little bit of pressure. This is a big-time college football play, so this is what they brought him in for, is for that run game, then also to create the second play with a little bit of movement, which is what Riley Leonard does right here. Throws this thing off his back foot and is accurate down the field for a big play in the passing game with those guys probably running a little bit of scramble drill. Here's a look, just a little bit of motion in, and whenever you motion in, you're thinking, hey, he's either running across or maybe going in motion, whatever. Now he just runs an out, and they sprint to him. So with that motion in, it creates a lot more space for him to run that out and shake. And right here, there's great patience right here. Lean in on his outside shoulder and then stick it to the out, sprinting out to him to make that angle a little bit better. A lot of space right there. Great job creating that space. Great call. This on a 4th and 3. So this is a really good football play. Really good design. Motion that guy in, sprint out to the out route, easy throw and catch. There's another really big play for Notre Dame. And right here in a trips look, and it looks to me like Louisville is trying to go to a cover 3, and he runs basically a slot fade. You got an outside receiver right here, and occupies this corner. Some sort of a mix-up right here for those guys, because you see this corner, he should be going deep third. He should be going flats, because it looks like zone everywhere. A one-high look, and great job by Riley Leonard just in seeing this. I mean, it's one of those things, you really don't think this is going to come open, but right there you got to check just in case it does, and pops absolutely wide open, butt naked. Can't get any better right here for the Irish. Easy throw and catch right there down the seam. Easy touchdown there to go up in this game. 14-7 is what the score ends up being right here after this throw and catch. But right there, probably a blown coverage there by the corner. Either that or it's supposed to be man-to-man, and maybe he's supposed to be running with him, but nobody else is really playing man. It looks like zoned everybody, so I'd say this is a bust. From the corner, should be in the deep third, and if that's the case, probably going to just flip it outside for completion on a flat route. Here's something right here, just throwing a screen out here outside. They don't even block the corner. They just leave the corner unblocked, flip it out there, assume that they're going to make this guy miss, which, I mean, I don't know if that's an ideal situation right there, but it ends up working out. That corner must be an awful tackler. They're not even worried about blocking him, make him miss, make another guy miss. These are the plays right here where you got to continue to recruit these type of players, where whenever you just throw a screen pass out here, 2 unblocked guys, and you make them miss, that's huge right there for Notre Dame. They got to get more guys like this. They're more dynamic. They can get out there on the edge, make people miss, and create explosive plays. Another look here of motion, just giving the defense a little bit of hesitation, maybe a little bit of miscommunication here. And you see this motion, they're working in, and it looks like they're trying to communicate here. He's trying to say something. He's working down as the ball's getting snapped. And I think he thinks he's man-to-man, and I think he's thinking that they're either zoning this off or they're going to combo this, go in and out with it. And once he goes in, both of them kind of hesitate and sit, and then you just got a slot fade on the outside. Great anticipation here as well by Riley Leonard. You got safety way deep, so don't throw him into that safety. Easy throw and catch right there on that one. And now, hey, You're in space, one-on-one with the safety, try to make something happen, and right there, ends up getting tackled. But, again, great anticipation. A little bit of motion right here from the outside receiver to about a stack position, and they don't communicate it very well, and they get a bust in the coverage. Big play there for Notre Dame. Great design. Another great design right here on this one. They did do a little bit of sprint out on this one right here, a little bit of play action. So he's working across there, working here, and then it just ends up being a screen back to the guy they fake it to. So they even work this tight end across. So if it's man-to-man, he'll have a man work with him. But right here, it's just zone. Everybody else is running across, trying to take those guys with them. How many linemen are getting out here in front? So he just filters out through, and you got all these dudes out here in front. Louisville's D-line has no clue about the screen. You got 4 guys out in front, and it just turns into a man. Elephants on parade. There's kick. There's a lead. He's pinning, and you still got 2 guys rolling that hadn't even touched anybody yet. Now we're 10-plus yards down the field. Great call, great design. It gets to the end zone. This is the last touchdown, last score of the game for Notre Dame, so you know this is a big play. Ended up being the difference right here in this one with this touchdown, but right there, I mean, you got 4 dudes out in front. 2 of them get all the way down almost to the goal line with you. Great call, great timing for the call as well on a second down, and Louisville's defense fell asleep right there on the backside. Really good showing there for Notre Dame. I mean, it ended up being a lot closer game than you would have thought about midway through the third or fourth quarter. Louisville's a good football team. That was a big win for Notre Dame, probably even bigger than that Texas A&M win. And we know that they're walking a tightrope now after that Northern Illinois loss. They really can't afford many more losses, maybe one more, and they could possibly slide in. So, huge win. They're still hanging around right there for a chance for the playoffs. Make sure you subscribe so you can see what we're doing for the rest of college football season. And let us know what you thought about the game. I mean, it was a heck of a game. A little bit of rain. You think it helped the Irish a little bit because they're a little bit more heavy run. Really don't know. Love to hear from anybody that was at the stadium what the conditions were like. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.